chanting, "Go Leafs, go," as we take another look at that shot by Tiger Williams that came so close.
Again, LaPointe, he'll go down and try to block it, but Dryden, with his blocker, steers it aside. Now the Leafs have to start taking a few chances in here and even throwing their defensemen in.
Lanny McDonald drove one wide. Joel Quenneville. It came out in front of the net. Tippett trying to get a shot. And it goes over to the other side. It's kept in by John Anderson. Tippett went down. Canadian trying to get it out. It comes to the blue line. Back to Robinson. And Robinson finally gets it out to center ice. It's shot right back in again. Here's the man is back. So he's all right. Larry Robinson up at center, and it's pass for Chartraw, broken up. John Anderson turning at center ice. Trying to get loose. Passed it over to Lanny McDonald. He drove it into the board. Sittler gets the puck. With the puck. Now then Lanny McDonald fans on it. Kick back to Quenneville. Quenneville gets it over to Turnbull. And it's Robinson and Savard. A pass out at center to Pierre Mondeau. Mondeau's over the line. Mondeau takes his shot. That's knocked down. On the field, shot is wide by Mark Napier, number 31. Napier then jammed in on the boards, and Walter Techney has it. Techney's check. Napier has to go and get a new stick. Ian Turnbull, 5 minutes left in the third period. 3-2 Montreal. He goes to the boards, and Quenneville has it. Quenneville's pass up for Maloney, goes the length of the ice, and LaPointe goes back to get it, and he touches it.
That's the first spell where the Leafs have had difficulty getting out of their own zone.
Live from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, the Stanley Cup playoffs. Mike Palmateer steadies himself for this faceoff with Lemaire, Schutt, and Lafleur. It goes to Gloria Salming. Salming coming up to his own blue line, up at center ice. Shot a backhand, stopped by Dryden. Engblom then around on the boards, and that one went into the crowd.
You know, Brian, we have a situation now where there were a lot of questionable calls, you know, in this period, which could have been called under normal circumstances, but it doesn't look like Brian Lewis is going to call a penalty unless it's, you know, on a breakaway or something like that.
The crowd's been on him several times, but, you know, the Leafs haven't had to rely solely on Mike Palmateer tonight. They've come up with a very strong offensive display, a very tough defense, and Palmateer has been steady in there, but you know, it hasn't been one of those situations where they've needed a miracle to win a hockey game against Montreal. They played well.
It goes back to Boria Salming. It goes in back of the net. Dan Maloney's there. He's pushed off the puck by Engblom. Guy Lapointe tried it for Guy Lafleur. Burroughs kept that in. McKechnie's trying to get it out in front of the net. McKechnie to Lanny McDonald. That shot hit Jacques Lemaire's skate. Over for Lafleur. Lafleur knocks it out. There's a race for the puck. Going down over the red line. Salming will touch it. Icing is called against Montreal.
18 games against Montreal without a victory. You know, his club has given up less than 3 goals a game, though, in the last 19 regular season starts.
Oh, the Leafs are just lacking some scoring punch. You know, they don't have the scoring punch that Montreal has. You can try and stop Lemaire's line, but then you have another 7 or 8 forwards that all can put the puck in there. That's a difficult situation that the Leafs are facing.
4 or 5 who aren't even suited up who can score.
Right.
Here's Lanny McDonald with a shot. That hit Dan Maloney on the ankle. Came out in front. Dryden covers up. Maloney. A little bit of shoving, but he took a shot from Lanny McDonald on the ankle.
Well, the Canadians without Mario Tremblay tonight, a 30-goal man. Rajan Uhl, 17 goals. Dougie Jarvis, 10-goal man, but a great defensive player. Pierre LaRouche, one-time 50-goal scorer. Can't even break into that lineup very often.
Montreal from the faceoff. It's Larry Robinson coming up to center right. Robinson gets over the line. Into the corner. Goes back to the net. Stops. Still has it. Trying to center it. Rick Chartraw then goes back to the net. Risebrow standing up front. Chartreuse shot was stopped by Salming. Here's Dougie Risebrow around and he shot it up into the crowd.
See, the Canadians, they had good pressure in there, but it seemed like everybody was jamming right in front of the net. Now, if you get that man deep in the slot, believe me, there's nobody ever around there. That area is so wide open, but it seems like everybody wants to jam in front. And even if you get it to the man, a defenseman will probably break up the play.
Here comes Lafleur again. 3 years ago in the playoffs, he had a kidnap threat that really upset him for several weeks during the playoffs. Required police protection for most of the postseason activity.
And Guy Lafleur has not picked up a point in this game tonight.
Well, he had 4 points in each of the 2 previous games, so his average is still pretty good.
I'll tell you one thing. I'll bet you Boutet could tell you what deodorant he was wearing tonight. He's been so close to him.
The puck goes into the corner. Hutchison after it, cleared it to the other side. Gainey knocked it back, and the Canadians are strictly forechecking the Leafs now in their own zone. Lemaire is out there with Lafleur. Puck is shot down. Now is number 11, Yvon Lambert. Here's a long pass for Lafleur, and out of the net came Palmatier. Getting it up for Williams to Sittler. Over the line, a pass on the right side. Saginaw shot one wide. It goes into the corner. Maki Saginaw. Back of the net for Sittler. Right out in front. The Turnbull shot. Oh, and that was stopped by Dryden. And here's a 3-on-1 for Montreal. They're closing in. Lemaire, a pass. Lafleur trying to get to it. Darryl Sittler has it. 2 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in regulation time. 3-2 Montreal. Sittler.
Lapointe put one into his own net.
Lapointe deflected it in the net. And oh boy, we're back in it again. How about that?
What a shocker with 2:20 to play. The Leafs have tied it at 3. And Lapointe looks crestfallen as he stares down at the ice. Roger Nielsen showing very little emotion. You'd expect more than that from him. Tied at 3 with 2:20 on the clock. Let's watch Sittler come over the line. There's Engblom, number 3. The man to watch is Lapointe.
Whoops.
Unassisted. Here it is again. Maybe we'll get a better look at Lapointe. No, he's out of your picture there. But number 5, you can see him slumped in shock as that puck went in behind Dryden.
Well, the Leafs have been fighting all night, and finally, after the last 4 or 5 minutes, they've really been putting the pressure to the Canadians, and finally ended up getting a tying goal.
And the crowd sets up that chant again. Go, Leafs, go. Sittler over the line, around Engblom. Lapointe backing in. He doesn't have anybody to worry about except himself.
Right, he was going the other way, too. He's following the pass out in front.
That would never have happened if Lapointe had had somebody to check.
Well, it should be very interesting now. You know, the thing about the Leafs now, what will they do? Lay back, wait for the overtime? I would go right after.
I would
keep
too.
going after Montreal and try to get that winning goal.
They've carried the play to Montreal in this period. Montreal has played well. They've been very steady, tried to keep that 1-goal lead. Now the Leafs have tied it. They've got the momentum. They've got the crowd. Go for it.
There's the brain trust for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They must be quite happy with the turn of events.
3-3 tie. 2 minutes, 20 seconds in regulation time. Sittler gets it back to Borja Salming. Salming heads up over the red line. He's flipping it in again. Lanny McDonald goes after it. So is Sittler. Sittler trying to get it loose. Salming kicks it into the corner. Robinson cleared it but not out. Sittler goes after Darryl Robinson behind the Montreal goal. Now then Robinson, a pass over on the wing. Savard is set by Lanny McDonald. Darryl Sittler rolls it out in front and Dryden covers that.
Excellent checking again by the Leafs. The Montreal Canadiens threw 2 wingers outside their own zone, and still the
the Leafs were able to contain him, keep him in that zone.
What the Leafs can't afford to do is sit back and enjoy that goal that tied it and say, well, we'll let Darryl or Lanny score the winner somewhere in the future. They've got to pull together as a team now and keep working hard and digging hard in that Montreal zone, because that Montreal team can come up with a big surprise on you when you least expect it.
Absolutely. You know, Brian, when you wait for something to happen, it usually goes against you. So you've got to go out there and make things happen.
On the face-off, it's Lemaire out there now with Mark Napier, who took the pass at center. Goes over the blue line. Napier trying to work his way in, and it's knocked back out to center right. Cleared to Napier, pass to Gainey. Napier's over the line again, takes the shot, and he just blasted that one wide. Now Robinson is shot. Palmer can't stop that. It's Robinson with it again. Larry Robinson, back to Serge Savard. Savard trying to come in, took his shot. It's underneath Salmon Clay's ball. 1:13 left in the third period. A 3-3 tie.
I'll tell you, we saw a great save by Palmateer. We talked how he's starting to challenge the shooters when there's men in front. He got in front of the man that was standing in front of him. Now watch how far he comes out. Take away the deflection. Screen there by Gainey and still comes up with a save.
And Napier was right there for the rebound and just slid by the puck.
Brian, you know what really looms as a big play is that 3-on-1 that Lemaire's line had and never got a shot on net.
Right. You don't see that happen too often. You know, they kind of follow the Russian technique, too, of dropping a guy a little bit further back on a play like that. But the play came to Lafleur, and Palmateer stabbed his stick out and broke it up.
Pierre Mondu wins the draw to the point. A shot. Palmateer stopped that. Here's Lafleur. And he backhanded one high. Ian Turnbull off the boards and down to center ice. Less than a minute to go in the third period. Palmateer then to Turnbull. Lafleur is after him. It's hit the referee, Robinson. Now Gainey couldn't get it. Turnbull has it, lost it. There's Pierre Mondu going right in. And his shot hit Jones. Jones brings it out. Gets it up at center for Jerry Butler. Butler's got it over the line. Going in on goal. And a great save by Dryden. Another shot out in front. Here's Turnbull with 26 seconds. Turnbull into the corner. He goes back to the net. Left it there for Jerry Butler. Butler back for Salming and a goal out. And Lafleur has it. 3-on-1. 14 seconds. Over to Mondu. Palmateer stopped that. It's back to Gainey. Over to Lafleur. Pass. And that goes wide of the net. The puck comes to Timmy Jones. He gets it out. And what a finish. To regulation time.
We've got overtime.
Yes, sir.
And Palmateer, he's made a believer out of me.
Wasn't that some play at the end? The Leafs were dog-tired as the Canadians came down. With the best of them. There's Lafleur leading the way, and Gainey. Watch it develop.
Again, another 3-on-1 break. Look at that.
Oh, the save by Palmateer.
I don't think Mondu got the good wood on that one.
And they are tired. We go right into the Leaf dressing room, or almost right into their hidden quarters. The no admittance sign on the door. Our camera, a very rare shot, following the Leafs as they go off and prepare for the overtime.
New game.
What a finish of that regulation play.
Now, Brian, we're getting into a situation now, the most exciting.
Roger Nielsen is out behind the bench waiting for his players to come back after they talk to each other. Looking at the third period summary, it was Sittler unassisted at 17:40, and the shots were by Montreal 12 and Toronto 10. And there's a big supporter of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's hooping it up over near the Leaf bench. Well, we're all set to go. Sudden death overtime. And they go with Lemaire, Shutt, and Guy Lafleur. Jones wins the draw to Boreas Salming. Over for Dave Burrows. He drives the puck in. And it's Larry Robinson back of the net. Robinson coming to the side. Now he's coming up towards the blue line. Dropped it back to Serge Savard. Savard then shoots the puck in. Around on the boards it comes. Back to Lemaire. A shot. Palmatier gloves that. And held onto it.
Oh, I've just been watching Lieutenant Lafleur. He's just sticking to him like an extra overcoat there.
Well, he's going wherever he goes.
Quick change now for the Leafs. Let's see what Scotty does, if anything. No action at the Montreal bench.
You know, that's a real challenge for Boutet also, you know, to keep Lafleur off the score sheet, and so far he's done a tremendous job.
Zach Lemaire and Darryl Sittler. Lanny McDonald, Pat Boutet. Back to Lafleur, over to Robinson. Robinson took a shot. Palmatier stopped that. Over for Burrows. Burrows is given a bump, and Pat Boutet has the puck to Boreas Salming. Up for Lanny McDonald. And that's driven back by Lemaire. Palmatier pushing it to Dave Burrows. Up for Lanny McDonald. It's knocked back in again. Burrows has to go back as the Canadians try to force the Leafs in their own zone. Now it's Darryl Sittler getting it up to center ice. Savard shoots it right back in again. Burrows is knocked down by Rick Chartrand. The puck goes back to Robinson. Robinson a pass stopped by Burrows to Pat Boutet. Pat Boutet's pass intercepted by Bob Gainey. Gainey takes his shot. Salming stopped that. Gainey another shot. That's off the glass. Now then Pat Boutet just gets rid of it down the ice. There's a race for the puck. Robinson gets there first, and that's icing.
I just wonder, Gary, if a little zip didn't go out of that Leaf attack, that they don't seem able to carry over their momentum from that third period of regulation play. At least in the opening moments here, they have a lot of trouble getting out of their own zone.
Well, that's because Montreal is doing a real good job of forechecking, and their defensemen are staying right in the blue line. You know, they're not coming out and letting the Leafs break out. They're getting right on top of them and not allowing the Maple Leafs to move that puck.
Well, this line has moved it earlier. We've got McKechnie out there, Maloney and Ellis now. So let's see if they have more success getting up into the neutral zone and then into the Montreal zone.
Well, Montreal has Risebrough at center, Gainey on the left wing, and Mark Napier on the right side. McKechnie, Ellis, and Maloney for the Maple Leafs. Ian Turnbull and Dave Hutchison. Here's the screen shot by LaPointe. Palmatier stopped that. It comes to the blue line and out. At center ice. Cleared over. Back up for Risebrough. Risebrough for Napier. Napier let it go through. And the Leafs with Hutchison unable to get out. Gainey. Back it comes. Engblom's shot is stopped by Turnbull and shot out to center ice. Canadians really forcing play. Here's Napier getting into the clear. And he was poke checked from nowhere by Hutchison. As the Leafs left themselves wide open. Now Lambert out there now. Now here's Walt McKechnie. A pass to Ron Ellis. Over the line for Maloney, and it's shot down the ice. Palmatier to Turnbull. Ian Turnbull shot the puck up to John Anderson. Anderson's over the line. A pass to Sittler and the other. Back for Napier. Stopped by Turnbull. John Anderson. Gets away from the point. Closes in with a shot. Engblom stopped that. And it's cleared back out to center ice. Hutchison off the board. And LaPointe. Lanny McDonald. And Lambert. Now Sittler steals the puck. Back to Lanny McDonald. Oh, that was just poked by Engblom. Now Anderson. Shot. That's wide. And the rebound goes into the crowd.
We've seen some great defensive play here. That last one by Engblom, who deflected that 2-on-1 by Sittler and McDonald.
Let's take a look at it, Gary. You're right. Engblom made the big play here. Sittler trapped that puck inside the zone. Oh, McDonald with that open net just waiting there. So inviting.
outside the blue line. That's Lemaire, Shot, and Lafleur. Hitler, McDonald, and Boutet. It goes back to Selming. Selming's long shot goes around behind the net. Dryden tipping it to Robinson. He was checked. Hitler gets the puck out in front of the net. There's Savard over to Guy Lafleur. Lafleur, Lemaire, and Shot over the line. Lemaire shot, and he fired it wide. The rebound came out over the blue line. Now Savard brings it in. Offside Lemaire.
Lemaire let a good shot go there, and I don't think Palmateer saw that one. Just went wide.
And Guy Lafleur slipped away from Boutet for a second or two, and that could be an explosive situation.
You could watch Lafleur the whole night, and then sudden death, all of a sudden it's in the net.
Oriasami puts a high one down, and Savard is back to get it. There's Savard for Steve Shot. Shot is checked. Patty McDonald trying to bang it back in again. Finally does. Dryden stopped it. Robinson has it back to the net. Robinson starting out now for Montreal. We're in overtime. Sudden death overtime. Lemaire closing in with Shot, and he just rolled it into the corner, and Lanny McDonald is there. McDonald's pass is center for Sittler. Sittler tries a pass to Selming. Selming, then to Sittler. Sittler up at center. Over it goes to Pat Boutet. And his pass, Lafleur knocks down and gets it over to Steve Shot. Steve Shot coming back. Long shot. That one went over Lemaire's head. And it's Pat Boutet coming down the ice. Gets away from one check. Up at center. Flips the puck in. Gardner goes after it. Lynch changing on the go. The puck comes out to Robinson. Robinson going down the ice. Over the line. He's checked. The Leafs trying to get away. Quinville. The pass. And Palmateer ran into Mondeau. Now Mondeau tipping it up for number 31, Mark Napier. He lost it. Hockey Saginaw out there. Puck shot to the far wing into the Leaf blue line. Turnbull gets it out. Pierre Mondeau brings it back. Mondeau lost it to Saginaw. Up he goes to Quinville. Quinville back for Rocky Saginaw. Saginaw trying to center it. It's poked back to the blue line. Turnbull a shot. Over top of the net on the way back. Napier coming up to center ice. Puts it in. Ian Turnbull goes back. Turnbull coming out. A pass to Rocky Saginaw. And his pass for Gardner is knocked back by Bob Gainey. Quinville around on the boards for William. William trying to get down the left wing. Over the line. Takes a shot. That's wide. Rocky Saginaw back to Quinville. His backhand. Gardner tried to steal it. Maloney did. And he elected to pass instead of shooting. And the Canadians recovered. Up for Risebrown. Over the line. Knocked back out over the blue line. Now Walt McKechnie has it. A long pass for Maloney. That goes around on the boards. Touched by Engblom, and that'll be icing called against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
That was a very cautious shift by both teams. They're not letting the other team have an opportunity of getting that break and getting a good chance on net. Look at those stats for Borgie Salming for 3 periods. 35 minutes, 42 seconds. Long time.
Well, there are a few million people across the land on the edge of their seats right about now. You know, this game of hockey, the greatest team game we know, and it's exciting now as we're into overtime. 3-3 tie.
On the face-off, Steve Shatner to get loose. But Jack Lemaire couldn't get a drive. There's a shot by Savard. Oh, Palmateer somehow got a piece of it. That was even a deflection. Jimmy Jones for Pat Boutet. He's checked. Guy Lafleur over the line. Burroughs knocked it out. Now Pat Boutet. Over for Boreas Salming. Up at center. Drives the puck in. Stopped there by Dryden. There's Savard. For Lafleur. Flipped it out over the blue line. Shot back. Robinson's got it. And it's a delayed whistle offside at the Montreal blue line.
Again, we see Boutet all over Lafleur. Wherever he goes, Boutet is right beside him.
know, if you're looking for something that may happen, it's the ability of the Montreal defense, once they get possession of that puck, just to throw that pass to a cutting winger or centerman on the Canadiens team. You know how they break out so fast, they get themselves in the clear, that quick pass. So the Leafs will have to be very aware of that play.
Two unusual plays. First, the Leafs allowed Napier to almost break right into the middle on one occasion. Burroughs made a great defensive move. And then the puck that came out over the net bounced off the boards and came right in front. And here's a play, Gary.
That's a deflection.
Oh, yes.
And Pelmetier, he was ready to make the save to the right and to change direction, and he was equal to the task.
Salming shoots the puck in, goes around on the board, far side. Mark Napier getting the puck out to Guy Lafleur, and Lafleur couldn't control it. Salming drives it right back to the Montreal defense. Now Darryl Sittler waiting for Laney McDonald to get outside. Salming comes in with it. Salming gets the shot, and he just shot it wide in the corner. Back for Montreal, Mark Napier over the line. Napier closing in, drops it back. Sittler's checked. A drive right into Napier. Napier cleared it right in front of the net. Boutet cleared it, but not out. There's a shot by the point, and it was stopped by Palmetier. Now here comes Sittler. 2-on-1 with Pat Boutet. The puck goes out to center ice. Now Salming waits for his teammates to get onside. Shoots it in. Back to the net for Engblom. Over to Guy Lapointe. Guy Lapointe coming out. A long pass up for Bob Gainey. Hutchison goes back to get it. And that is going to be called for icing against the Montreal Canadiens.
Something else we have to really pay attention to is anytime there's a face-off, you know, in one of the zones, how important each one of those face-offs are. So it's up to the center iceman to make sure that their men are positioned properly and really bear down on those draws.
Nobody's leaving.
Sudden death overtime. Walt McKechnie against Jacques Lemaire. Every face-off is important. McKechnie wins the draw. It comes back to Turnbull. Turnbull shoots. Right on. And it goes out and down the ice. Hutchison after it. Gainey after him. Gainey knocked down. Walt McKechnie had the puck, shot it to the blue line, but not out. There's Savard, keeps it in with a shot. That goes in front of the net. Palmetier's down, and he's got it.
We have a mix-up now with behind the goal. Hutchison was in there. Savard made a great play to keep that puck from being offside. He trapped it right on the blue line, kept it in, and it almost found the corner of the net. Palmetier, very alert. Saginac in there.
Saginac and Hughes, huh?
Matt Hughes hasn't had much ice time tonight.
First shift.
I tell you, Scotty, he must have had a brainwave of some sort. You know, he hasn't played the guy the whole game and then puts him out there. That's a tough situation for a player to find himself. Sit out for 60 minutes and then get into a game in sudden death overtime.
What's the biggest problem, Gary? Is it the legs? I mean, you must be pretty cramped on that bench.
Oh, not only that, Brian, but you're not even into the game. You don't even feel part of it. You're sitting there watching like a cheerleader, and then all of a sudden you're thrust into the action, and you know,
One mistake on your part and the game is over, so you're very aware of that. Scotty's probably playing a hunch. Maybe I'll send my boy out there and he'll end it.
8:21. Roughing penalties to Hughes and Hutchison.
For Toronto, Dave Hutchison roughing. Time 8:21.
So they have a little more ice to play in now.
Yes, they do, and it's 5-a-side. And guess who's coming back out again? Boreas Selmer. With Dave Burroughs, Dan Maloney, and Walt McKechnie. Lafleur coming out with... Now they're not going to let them come out. Lemaire will remain out there. Robinson, set to go. A 3-3 tie in overtime. It comes back to Serge Savard. Savard gets it to Larry Robinson. His shot knocked down by Boreas Salming. McKechnie lost his stick. The puck goes out. And Bob Gainey will have to turn. Gainey shoots the puck over the line. And McKechnie's back there for it. Alton McKechnie, Dan Maloney, Boreas Salming. Salming takes his pass. Salming dumps it in. Savard goes back to get it. Dryden knocked it into the corner. Maloney with the puck. Still has it. Trying to set up Sittler, and Savard gets it to Larry Robinson. Now Lanny McDonald is out on the ice. Up for Guy Lafleur. Took his shot. Palmetier falls. Knocks it into the corner. Lanny McDonald trying to get the puck out. He's being watched by Lemaire. Over to Boreas Salming. Over to Burroughs. Back to Salming. Salming pulled away from Lafleur. Gets it over the line to Lanny McDonald. For Darryl Sittler. They bang on him. And Dryden knocked it off to the side. Play was called. And Sittler nearly got a stick on him.
Well, Sittler was turned around. He just couldn't get his good control of that puck. But, you know, it could have deflected. Great scoring chance there. McDonald just lays it out in front. Look at the battle in front of the net there. And then finally, Robinson steers him aside. But the goal doesn't have to be a pretty one, Bill, you know, as long as it goes over that line.
Here's Lanny McDonald, a shot. Right on. Dryden stopped that. Guy Lafleur out to Risebrough. Stopped by Turnbull. Over to Quenville. Noel Quenville. A pass for Lanny McDonald. Then Quenville moves up. By the center, and Lafleur takes it. Guy Lafleur coming down the ice. Takes a shot. Oh, Palmetier just got a piece of it. Darryl Sittler goes down. Ian Turnbull with the puck. Turnbull starting up with a pass to Darryl Sittler. Sittler had it go off the end of his stick. Shot back. Turnbull turns. Turnbull at center ice. He takes a long shot. That's a bouncer. Dryden had to come out to cover it. And Engblom brings it back from Montreal. Gets away from Gardner. Up over the blue line. Has the puck. Shot it to the corner. And Quenville gets it up for William. A long pass for Dave Hutchison. Hutchison right into the goal. Right in front of the net. Gardner missed it. It comes back to the blue line. Shot by Turnbull. And that's wide. As the Leafs came within an ace. Back though for Mark Napier, number 31. And he's chased off for the board. The puck goes then to Lambert. Back to Savard. Savard's given a bump, but he gets away from Williams. Cleared it out in front. It's knocked down. One man back. They're closing in. The pass. Taganak shot the pass in front. Canadians come back. Lambert at center. Over the line. For Pierre Mondeau. Mondeau's pass comes out. And it's Savard. Back to Robinson. Wagner nearly stolen. Now then Robinson coming down the ice. Over the line. And three Leafs break away again. Gardner and Taganak. Gardner closing in. Takes the shot. And he bounced it off the outside of the post. Rocky Taganak takes his shot. It's right in front of Gardner. Couldn't get it over the top of Dryden. Back comes Gainey. Over the line. Into the corner. Sent it in, and the Leafs will go back again. A long pass up the center. Taganak for McKechnie. And it's called offside at the blue line in one action.
Oh, my goodness. Everybody take a deep breath now. What action indeed. That was just incredible.
Gardner, two excellent chances. One there when he's trying to give Saginaw the puck, and another time when he was all alone, just couldn't get it up.
Oh, you know, it makes it so tough when you have to think on those plays here. I mean, you'd really like to go bang, bang, bang. You're going down, you have to make a play. You have to think, what am I going to do? Should I pass? Should I shoot? And if you make the wrong choice, you just groan inwardly.
I'll tell you, I hope all you fans out there are enjoying this as much as we are bringing it to you, because it's been a long time since I've seen a game as good as this one.
Jimmy Jones at Pat Boutet. Lafleur shot at Lemaire. And it goes back to Borja Salming. Salming takes a screen shot. It was way wide. And Guy Lapointe shot it around. Jerry Butler traps it. Rolled it out in front. It goes to Borja Salming. His shot is deflected into the corner. And it's cleared by Montreal to center ice. Now it's Engblom. He stopped. Salming couldn't get the pass from Jones. And it goes over to the far wing to Guy Lapointe. Back to Brian Engblom. Engblom up banned on his first try. And now then Jerry Butler. Jerry Butler flipped it over the line. It's stopped there by Lapointe. Stopped now by Pat Boutet. He gets it over the line. Pat Boutet holds it against the boards. Play is called.
You know, Brian, you wonder what how the legs are going to be for tomorrow night. You know, these teams have to play again tomorrow night. What are they going to do for an encore?
You're right, and you know, we've got 7:09 to play in this first overtime period. They don't normally go this long. In the last 8 years, including 1979, only one of 52 overtime games went into a second overtime period. They're getting tired.
Maybe we can hit that Montreal-Detroit overtime. 6 overtimes?
Right from the face-off, Dan Maloney gets his shot. Ron Ellis coming in from the other side. His shot knocked down by Robinson. It goes to Dan Maloney. Maloney centered it. Ellis was there. So was McKechnie. But Serge Savard picks it off. Up for Gainey. And Gainey again from Savard. Now Gainey turns. Over to Robinson. Robinson shot it right to the blue line. And McKechnie has it. McKechnie for Maloney. And it's picked up by Savard. Savard shot it off the boards. Maloney and Ron Ellis tried to combine. Ellis. Then for Maloney. And that's stopped by Risebrough. Doug Risebrough at center. Over the line. Trying to get around to the fence. Knocked out to the side. And Ian Turnbull has it. And it's knocked off his stick.
Too tired.
With Lanny McDonald because Lemaire, Lafleur, and Mark Napier are out there. Lanny McDonald getting it over the line for Sittler. Guy Lapointe goes to the boards. They're trying to dig it out. Sittler's got it. Sittler along the boards trying to take a look. Still has it. Centered it right out in front. Ian Turnbull a shot. That's wide. Ends up on Guy Lapointe's stick. Lapointe at his own blue line. Up at center. Gets over the loop line. Got the puck in. Palmetier missed it. Mark Napier with the puck. Tries a pass for Lafleur. Lafleur backhands it out. And Sittler's got a break. Going down the ice. They're trying to get back. Savard got back. Lanny McDonald missed it. And here's Napier getting down the left side. He's coming in from the left wing. He's going right in. Oh, and Palmetier challenged him. And he went flying into the board. Mark Napier's leaving the ice. He hurt himself. A long pass for Lanny McDonald is going the length of the ice. It will come back for icing.
So Napier could have put it out of reach, could have won it right there.
Hughes out now on the right side. Here's it, puck down into Canadian territory, shot out, and in again by Williams on a delayed whistle.
On a breakaway and somebody hauls you down. You might as well face that right now.
Back for Serge Savard. Serge Savard gets away from Gardner. Gets it up for Mondew off his stick. Burrows got the puck into the crowd. And Hughes, it's Lemaire out there. As the puck is cleared over to Larry Robinson. Robinson shot it over the line. Bob Gainey goes after it. Gainey covered by Borja Salming. They both go down. And the face-off will be very important face-off in Leaf territory. Lemaire. And the puck goes to Pat Boutet. To Jerry Butler off his skate to center. Robinson gives it to Savard. And Savard feeds it back to Robinson. A long shot into the corner off the boards. Dave Burrow is into the boards rather heavily. Okay, Brian, we're all set to go now. And the puck rolls to Borja Salming back to the net. Salming just gets rid of it down the ice. And Savard will have to go back and get it. And that'll be icing.
Well,
the dressing room for the Montreal Canadiens, limping. We have Risebrough, Gainey, Lafleur, Robinson, and Savard.
That's it. Boutet over there.
Jones, Boutet, Butler. The puck knocked to the board. Salming goes after his man. Risebrough goes down, but gets it back to Serge Savard. Savard gets away from Jimmy Jones. Savard closing in with a shot. It's right in front. Another shot. Palmetier stopped that. It was knocked down with a high stick. And Palmetier, how he ever made that save?
Business overtime.
And a good play by Savard to move in from the point like that.
Well, he's been around a long time, Brian. If he sees an opening, he's going to go. That's the versatility of the Canadian defense. If they see an opening and they go, and a forward just drops back to cover up that spot.
And we have another false start. Risebrough remains in there. Jones is out. It goes to Jerry Butler. Back to Ian Turnbull. Back for Jerry Butler. Butler's over the blue line. Butler trying to cut in. Goes to the corner. Drags the puck behind the net. Larry Robinson is there. He shoots it to the blue line. Renbo kept it in. Butler goes after it. Robinson. Here's the puck into the corner. So on the boards for Quenville again. Jerry Butler centered it out in front. Robinson to Savard. And it's out to center ice. Ian Turnbull shoots it right back in again. Lanny McDonald is on the ice. Robinson is given a bump. Gainey let it go. Quenville kept it in. Now it's Gainey getting it out. To Guy Lafleur. And stopped by Lanny McDonald. McDonald losing it. Robinson's got it now for Montreal. He handled it to Ian Turnbull. Over the line. Turnbull shoots. Ian Turnbull rattled one off the post. As he appeared to have Dryden beaten on the shot. Goes out to center ice. John Anderson tried to get over the line. He's up there with Sittler and Lanny McDonald. Goes back from Savard to Robinson. From Lambert over onto the far side. Over the line is Cam Connors. Been used very sparingly. Sittler fails to get it out. Lambert a shot. And Palmetier knocked that one down. Sittler goes down, and play is called, and we'll have a face-off.
Shot. You know, he had it just backhanded in the into the corner again, but had he been a right-hand shot, I'm sure that he would have been able to get some good shots away at Dryden. That's the difficulty playing your off position.
Pierre Mondu with Lemaire and Lafleur. Play is called, knocked down with a high stick. England gets away from Salming, gets over the line, drops it back. Here's Mondu a shot. It's out in front of the net. And Salming goes down as Boria Salming flipped it to the blue line, and it's out and in again by Boutet. Going behind the net. Goes over to Dave Burrows. Burrows hooks the puck, knocked down by Guy Lapointe. Burrows lost the puck to Lapointe again. It's and that one was right on, and Dryden made the save. It's cleared right back in again. Dryden to Larry Robinson. Back to Guy Lapointe. Guy Lapointe shoots the puck, and it goes into the crowd. John Anderson and Lanny McDonald. Bob Gainey out there with Risebrough. Rick Chartrand, number 27. Robinson and Savard. The puck in the face-off circle. And it's brought out by Savard. Savard coming up slowly to center ice. Passes one for Gainey. And it's offside. At center, McDonald on the right side and Boutet on the left. Risebrough, Gainey, and Lafleur. Gainey lost the puck to Lanny McDonald. He drives it around on the boards. Pat Boutet shot it in behind the net. It goes into the corner. Comes out and down the ice, and Boria Salming's going back for it. He chops it up into the crowd to make sure with 42. So it comes back to center. It comes back to Larry Robinson. That shot is deflected by Salming over to Pat Boutet. Up for Sittler. Lanny McDonald tried to steal it. And it's Bob Gainey. to Larry Robinson. Over to Sir Savard. 26 seconds remaining in the first overtime. Sir Savard gets it over the line. Jacques Lemaire took a shot, and that was deflected off the boards and then off the glass. It's Guy Lafleur, and a shot was blocked. Robinson lets one go. Palmateer stopped that, and it goes to Pat Boutette. He chopped at her with Jimmy Jones. Robinson kept it in 2 seconds, and we'll have another face-off.
Face-off there made a super play. The Canadians were putting on a little pressure. He had the puck. The first reaction is to shoot it out right away, you know, and might have given the puck away at that time, but he hung on to it, got it behind the net, and there's a stoppage in play.
Watch Lafleur. He's in good position for a shot if Lemaire can get it to him.
From the face-off, the puck goes down the ice. The bell goes. Okay, Borje Salming to Dave Burrows. Stopped by Guy Lafleur, was given a shot. Here's over the line for Daryl Sittler. Lanny McDonald's in the clear. Oh, Sittler shot it wide. Back for Bob Gainey. Over the line. A pass to Lafleur. He's knocked off the puck. And here's Sittler getting another chance. Down the ice. Over the line. Takes his shot, and he drove it high over the glass into the spectators. But he and Lanny McDonald. Larry Robinson has the puck back to the net. He's playing with Sir Savard. It comes up the center ice, stopped there and shot back by Borje Salming. Lanny McDonald goes in after it. The puck back to the net. Robinson couldn't get to it. Down the ice for Bob Gainey, though, to center, over the leaf line. And Salming pokes the puck to Pat Boutette. Pat Boutette. Long pass to Lanny McDonald. To Daryl Sittler. Over the line for Sittler. Sittler into the corner. Jammed by Savard. Hit the back of Lafleur's skate, and Savard has it. Off the boards for Bob Gainey. He just gets rid of it to center ice, and Pat Boutette is there. Pat Boutette. Over to Burrows. Burrows moving up through center. A long shot off the boards. Run out, shoot! And that was stopped by Dryden. Cleared along the board. Not out. Now then, brought up by Sir Savard. A long shot. Palmateer, no trouble. Dewey and Turnbull. Connor out there, number 20 now for the Canadians. With Chartrand and Risebrough. Up the ice for number 5, Gila Point. Pat the puck in. The Canadian players bumped together. And Dan Maloney. Into Joel Quenneville. Quenneville just backhands it down the ice. It's going to be on the net. And the corner has to go back to him. It comes up the center. Turnbull into McKechnie to Maloney. He's sacked. Here's Sartre one-on-one with Quenneville. Takes his shot. And Palmateer somehow got his glove up on that. Play is called.
Very dangerous thrust there by Chartrand. He drilled that one high on Palmateer. I don't know how he stopped it.
Well, he was Quenneville.
Paul Gardner gets set to face off. The puck rolls across to Williams. And Williams, Gardner, and Saginaw go down together. 3 of them. Over the line. A stride by Williams. Handled by Dryden. Another shot. That one was knocked back. Williams shoots it into Saginaw. Right in front for Gardner. Comes back to the blue line. Turnbull kept it in. Finally, Lapointe gets it out to Chartrand. Chartrand coming up. Engblom with him. And over the line, the puck is knocked back out again, and Lapointe has it for Montreal. He flips it. Here's Pierre Mondeau on the top side. Pat Hughes, number 30, out there now, getting a regular shift that Mark Napier has not been playing. A curling pass over. Larry Robinson sends Pierre Mondeau over the line. A pass behind Yamon Lambert. And Borje Salming. A clear pass out to John Anderson. Savard back. Anderson shoots it. And that was stopped by Dryden. Savard pulls away from Anderson. Gets it up at center to Mondeau. Over the line. A back pass for Hughes. Hughes stopped by Salming. Salming gets it out. And Robinson feeds it to Savard. Savard just shoots it right back in again. Back to the net for Borje Salming. Salming, a pass up to Burrows. Burrows up at center. A long pass for Lanny McDonald. That's going over the red line. Boutette and Jerry Butler.
Bill, we have news that Steve Shutt is in the Montreal dressing room nursing a Charlie horse.
They are very painful. Guy Lafleur will face off against Pat Boutette. Danny's out there as well. Boria Salming has the puck. And he's got it back in the net. Boria Salming. The pass to Jimmy Jones. Jones up to Jerry Butler. Pat Boutette, the three of them over the line. Pat Boutette shot it wide. Ends up behind the net. Jerry Butler for Pat Boutette. Joel Quenneville from the blue line. Shot it to the left and wing right under Lafleur's stick. Lafleur up at center with Gainey. And Gainey's way back Lemire. It goes back to Engblom. He shoots the puck in. It goes back to the Leaf net. Palmetier leaving it there for Salming. Boria Salming is getting a bit of a rest, so if he goes over, he gets quite a hand. Palmetier to Ian Turnbull. Turnbull coming up now for the Leafs. Gets up through center. Shot it for Jerry Butler. Butler had it over the line, and Lafleur picks it up. Lafleur to Bob Gainey. Gainey up at center to the Leaf line, and he's hauled down by Quenneville. Mike Palmetier shoots it around on the boards, but not out. Engblom's pass, and then a long pass for Jerry Butler. And Dryden comes out of the net, shoots it away from him, and Engblom bounces it off the glass out to center right. Pat Boutette. Heineck to Jimmy Jones. Engblom shoots it out, and down the ice it goes. Quenneville going back for it. The teams are changing on the go. Quenneville, a long shot down the ice. Robinson will get to it first. Icing is called against the Maple Leafs.
One was saying, gee, I didn't want to do that.
Both teams are very tired. You're going to see more mistakes.
It's Risebrough, Chartrand, and Connor. Number 20 and Savard and Robinson. McKechnie wins the draw. Ian Turnbull trying to get the puck out. It came to center right. Savard shot it back. Here's Risebrough going in. Connor shoots it more.
Slipped underneath Palmetier. And the Montreal Canadiens lead the series 3-0 on that peculiar goal. Palmetier still down on his knees. Now he's up, but the Montreal Canadiens have won this hockey game 4-3 on a very unusual goal that slipped through the pads of Palmetier.
You really have to feel badly for Palmetier because that man really came up with a good effort, and I'm sure he's in tears right now. And Napier, he just let it go with the net, and Palmetier was going down, and somehow went right between his legs into the net.
Well, it was Cam Connor who saw very little action, but he came through, and that paid off that hunch or strategy by Scotty Bowman to start and play a few of these fellows who hadn't been on the ice much. Connor, with one goal beside his name in the scoring stats, comes through with the overtime winner here. Watch it again. Connor slides it right through the legs. It was a slow motion goal. Maybe that's what fooled Palmetier, who is so brilliant here.
Well, the Canadiens broke away in that 2-on-1, and a good pass set Connor in. But again, he actually fanned on the shot. It looked like
he didn't
went off the end of his stick, and Palmetier was going down, went right through his legs.
Well, you're right. He fanned on the shot, but he'll take it, and people, months, weeks, days from now, will forget how it went in, but it went in.
Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
And that spoiled things for the Leaf fans here tonight who were hoping for the Leafs to get back in the series with an overtime victory against Montreal, but it turned in reverse, and Montreal wins it 4-3.
So the final score, Montreal 4, Toronto 3. In Canada. The first star, Bob Gainey. Second star, Darryl Sittler. And the third star, Mark Napier.
Well, after polling